So, what is the deal with the crashed starship in Andor? Yes, the one that crashed on Andor's original home planet of Kenari. The ship crashed during the Clone Wars when Cassian Andor was still young, living on the planet with his younger sister. However, some details suggest something is going on with this mysteriously crashed starship. Upon a first inspection by Cassian's tribe, or we should call him Casso at this point, we see crew members wearing uniforms marked with a CIS logo. The COS, or otherwise known as the Confederacy of Independent Systems, were a major faction in the Clone Wars against the Galactic Republic. However, during episode 3, we learn via flashbacks that Marva Andor and Clem Andor also found this crashed starship on Kenari. What is stated on board might have revealed more about the purpose of the ship, and why it could have fatal consequences for Cassian's original home world. Today we'll explore this in our latest Star Wars theory. Greetings my young Padawans, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to Star Wars Now. Before we jump into the video, use the force and hit that subscribe and like button to never miss a video from myself and the team here at Star Wars Now. As always, if you're talking about Star Wars, then we want to hear about it. So yes, the crashed starship appears to be associated with the Confederacy of Independent Systems. We're aware of this via the crew uniforms. What is interesting is these officers are humans, not droids or aliens. Typically, we saw droid commanders and sometimes alien commanders like General Grievous or Admiral Trench, so humans are a bit of a change here for the CIS. However, the spanner in the works comes when we encounter Marva Andor on board. She is present on Kenari with her apparent husband, Clem Andor, and therefore they're salvaging the vessel. We've also got their droid, B2EMO, reporting on the prices of the goods they're picking up within the starship. When they encounter a young Cassa destroying the ship's consoles, Marva decides to take him with them, mainly due to a fear of what the Republic will do to the young child. It's important to note that the pair are alerted to an approaching Republic frigate by B2, which begs the question, why would they be concerned? Well, we know the Andor family are CIS loyalists and rejected the Galactic Republic, which might explain the clone trooper flashback scenes we see in the trailers for Andor. However, Marva drops something odd. Well, not physically drops, but she says something. She says that Cassa's tribe just murdered a Republic officer, likely referring to the individual who just shot the tribe's leader and was subsequently blowgunned to death. An interesting way to go. Now, either this is just a slip of the tongue by Marva, or these officers were, in fact, Republic officers and not associated with the CIS after all. But how does that work? Why would they be wearing CIS uniforms? Other flashbacks in the upcoming episode of Andor will likely explain more things. We do have a theory of what's going on, so listen up. During the first 3 episodes of Andor, we both see and hear mention of Kenari, originally Cassian Andor's actual homeworld, but he's technically officially from the planet of Fest. However, those documents were forged by Marv Andor following her adoption, in air brackets there, of a young Cassa. Adoption, being the light word, she literally kidnapped a child from his homeworld. Might have saved him though. In a blink and you'll miss it comment, the planet of Kenari is mentioned as inhospitable. It would seem something had happened on the planet that caused it to no longer support life. We learn this when Cassian is trying to get passage off of Ferrex because he knows forces are closing in on him. The exact quote from the episode is, "Abandoned after Imperial mining disaster, mining everyone died, considered toxic, Imperial prohibition." The look on Cassian's face after the individual reads the report says it all. He is somewhat aware of what happened here. So what did happen? Well, it would seem like something transpired and caused the planet to collapse and no longer support life. Perhaps due to the mining taking place, or not. Let's be honest, this is not the first time we've heard of a planet destroyed in a mining accident or disaster. The city of Jeddah was destroyed by a test of the Death Star, which was a spin of a mining incident to the Imperial Senate. So they're still going to be using that excuse a few years later. Nice one guys, maybe change the record slightly. The crashed starship might have carried some sort of poison or bioweapon on board. The crew were wearing life support masks to protect themselves, but it might not have been effective as their skin was yellowed with poison, heavily suggesting that they had been infected and likely killed with whatever was on board the ship. The poison does seem to have gone away when Cassian's tribe and Marva arrive on the crash wreck, likely indicating some time has passed or the exposure to open air caused it to dissipate. Again, there is a heavy debate on who actually operates this ship. Some suggest it is a Republic starship due to Marva's comments. Many news outlets with access to the next episode of Andor, episode 4, call it a Republic starship, therefore suggesting this might not be correct. Who knows? Let's continue anyway. It is possible that CIS and/or Republic were testing some sort of bioweapon. We see the ship's crew members poisoned, perhaps due to a containment breach. Interestingly, the mines on Kenari seem abandoned, with a drill rig standing still and nothing actually happening. This could be due to the end of mining operations, which would be a perfect time for testing an experimental bioweapon. It's important to remember the Republic, while technically being the good guys, has previously used bioweapons. So would the Empire. The Republic used them against the Zillo Beast on Coruscant in the Clone Wars, and then the Empire used them against the Geonosians in the Empire Age. The goal being to eradicate the species once and for all, and eliminate all traces of the Death Star construction site. If a bioweapon were engineered and tested on Kenari, it would explain why the planet is considered toxic and therefore abandoned in the present day. The Galactic Empire is also forbidding anyone to go to the planet. They are likely claiming it's for their own safety. So what does this mean for Cassian and his original people? Well, to be the sad guy here, likely most of them are dead. However, Cassian does think his sister may have escaped the planet. This is something we'll see through the series. The first episode event triggers the first 3 episode arc because Cassian kills off the security guards while searching for information about his sister. Perhaps this also attracts the attention of the Imperials, specifically the Imperial Security Bureau. They'd be responsible for covering up something like a mining accident or some sort of bioweapon gone wrong. If they got word that someone is stirring up trouble, they'd want to shut it down quickly. Thanks to Sil Khan and the corporate security forces, more people are aware of Kenari. It's only a matter of time until others start investigating, or perhaps discover the horrors of what the Empire has done and it becomes true. And to think all of this just started with a ship crashing down on a planet. Well done, guys. Yes, currently the series is a little bit up in the air, mainly because no one seems to know the identity of the crashed starship. Is it Republic or is it CIS? The badges do seem to suggest CIS, but Marvel's comments suggest otherwise. The Republic could be playing a bluff and framing the CIS with poison on an undeveloped world. It would not be the first time this has been done. Well, in the Empire's case at least. We did get the planet of Honganor in Legends, and you can read further into how that one transpired. Yet that does not explain the Empire got the blame years later. Surely we just keep on blaming the droid-loving CIS people, right? Who knows? We need more information on this plot point to learn more. Kenari will be somewhat of a central plot point throughout the series of Andor, which is just getting started. Episode 4 of the series comes out on Wednesday the 28th of September. We'll be sure to break down the latest episode for all the details and how it relates to what we'll hopefully be seeing sometime soon. Okay, Exalted Ones, that's on myself on Star Wars Now. Do let me know what you think of this crazy theory down below in the comment section. I, for one, are still confused, and it looks like the confusion between the CIS and the Republic comments are definitely confusing some as well. The CIS haven't technically been mentioned on screen yet, just visually seen, so yeah. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with the latest Star Wars news, lore, and more. You can also follow us on social media as well, but make sure to let us know what you think in the video comment section below. Because if you're talking Star Wars, then we want to hear about it. That's it for myself today on Star Wars Now. I've been Captain Jack, and we'll see you next time. May the Force be with you.